Howdy, music fans. Thanks for joining me today. I got a request to do a review of Bob Dylan's 1970 once I showed it the other day that I'd received it in the mail Friday because of, I got it, pre-ordered it, and it was a new release, and it came out Friday, and I got it Friday. And that's kind of cool that I got a request after that video to do a review on it because that made me listen to it. So now I've listened to the entire thing, so it's not on the backlog anymore. It went straight to listening, and it's going to get shelved. So I'm going to start with, I've listened to all three CDs, and I'm going to start with this. This is called Almost Went to See Elvis, and it's a bootleg that's been going around forever. And a lot of these tracks, I think all but one or two of these tracks are on this Bob Dylan set. It's nice. It's interesting stuff. Yeah, it's the same sessions, and it's the same stuff. It's not nearly as many songs, obviously. It's one CD with 19 songs, but I just wanted to mention that's been going around, and that I have it. So there's a duplicate there, but I'm going to keep it anyway because I like it. All right, so Bob Dylan's 1970, which is being lauded as advertised, I guess, as the George Harrison session or whatever. They don't advertise that Charlie Daniels plays bass on it, and Al Kooper is on it, and other people are on it as well. And Charlie Daniels, honestly, the bass is really helpful on this session. It's really nice to hear the bass. I'm not gonna do a song by song, obviously, but I am gonna talk about several of these songs from the disc. Now, if you're not a Dylan fan, you don't want to get this. This is for Dylan fans, pretty much only. It's raw. It's stuff that probably some of it might have been on the Self-Portrait Box Set Deluxe, which I do have and I like a lot. Some of it may have been on this Traveling Through set that just came out, the 3 CD set. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. Some of it may have been maybe duplicated from that also, the bootleg series, the last one with Johnny Cash and some other stuff. It's a lot of outtakes. It's a lot of just jamming and rehearsing and just having fun and playing. So the energy isn't fantastic on it, and the production is pretty raw, which I'm okay with. It sounds a little like John Wesley Harding, maybe not as smooth as that, but you know. What was I going to say? Oh, so the first disc starts out, I Can't Help But Wonder Where I'm Bound, which is nice. It's good. My big complaint with this is my same complaint with these kinds of sets and Bear Family sets, honestly, is the repetition of different takes. I don't need 4 takes of Went to See the Gypsy. There might be more than 4 takes of that song on here. There are some great tracks on here, that said, but it probably could have been pared down to 2 CDs is my guess. I don't recall feeling that way when I listened to the Self-Portrait. I don't recall if there's a lot of duplicates on that, or the Traveling Through either, but the Traveling Through stuff was stuff that's also been circulating on bootleg for a while, so I'd heard a bunch of it before it came out. But this stuff, like I say, a lot of it is new to me. But back to who's on here. So Al Kooper, as I said, Charlie Daniels, David Bromberg is on here. I mean, he could be. Why wouldn't he be advertised? I get it. George Harrison is absolutely the biggest person on here, but somebody plays some very nice slide on some of these tracks, and I'm trying to see who that is, if that's even mentioned. George Harrison does guitar and vocals. And Charlie Daniels does bass. There are some drums on it here and there by Russ Kunkel, and Bob Dylan plays some interesting piano, if he's the only piano player, and he may be the only piano player. David Bromberg plays dobro, there you go, and mandolin on some tracks. Some of Bob's piano playing on this is actually very nice. So the first disc is pretty raw. There's nothing that really stands out to me. One or two of the tracks of Went to See the Gypsy I like, and Can't Help But Wonder Where I'm Bound is pretty good. Not Alberta, but Little Moses is good. Alberta's okay, but we've heard that before. Come All You Fair and Tender Ladies, it's all right. Things About Coming My Way is okay. But then you get to the second disc. Well, there's a lot more of Sign on the Window. I think that's from New Morning, and If Not For You, I think that might also be from New Morning, and Time Passes Slowly. They do a version of Yesterday, which is not great. It's okay. And Just Like Tom Thumb's Blues starts off disc 2, which is not great. And then we run into a bunch of the stuff that's on this disc here, this bootleg. So the Do Run Run, the Crystals tune, One Too Many Mornings, Ghost Riders in the Sky, Sam Cooke's Cupid. That stuff's okay. It's not great, but where this really shines though is toward the end of disc 2. There's a track called Alligator Man, and it is pretty badass. It's really kind of rockin', kind of funky rockin', country rock. I really like it a lot. I think that is the winner on this. And then at least the last version of Sarah Jane. Of course, he sings Sarah Jane. Um, Alligator Man and Sarah Jane are my two favorites. They're upbeat, rockin', full band, pretty cool stuff. Um, Matchbox is also on this, and Threw It All Away, and Rainy Day Women is okay. It's an okay version. Honey, Just Allow Me One More Chance. I think I like that, as I recall. Now, track 3 I listened to today. I mean, sorry, disc 3 I listened to today, and he does Jamaica Farewell on here, which is a very different take, and it's not going to leave anybody, forgetting Harry Belafonte by any means. But it's interesting, and it's actually pretty listenable and pretty cool. And some of the backing vocals on this are pretty nice. The female backing vocals, and same with the track "If Not For You." The first version is actually really kind of cool, and there's some really cool little cascading piano riffs. And if that's Bob, I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. It's some nice piano playing there. Um, and the second version is slightly different. I think it's a little bit slower, a little bit less of a groove, of a feel to it. But they're both good. Can't Help Falling in Love. I can do without that altogether. Long Black Veil, at first I didn't like this version of it. It's kind of plodding, and it even gets to a point where it's kind of yelling and screaming almost. Just really loud, powerful singing, and same with the backing vocals. But it really it grew on me. It grew on me, and it's actually a decent version of Long Black Veil. Again, it's not going to make anybody forget Johnny Cash, but it's pretty cool. Or multitudes of other versions of that song. But it grew on me. Bring Me Little Water, Sylvie. That's a Leadbelly tune, to my knowledge, and I'm sure others have done it too. But I actually liked his version of that. That was catchy, and it got my attention. I enjoyed it. Another Went to See the Gypsy. Good God. Another Sign on the Window. A couple of I've Forgotten More Than You'll Ever Know, which is an old country tune. I forget who wrote it, but that's on Self Portrait. Father of Night has always been an interesting song to me. That's also on New Morning, and it's pretty, kind of got this daunting, bassy, descending piano riff, and it's pretty cool song, and I kind of liked it. It was a rehearsal. It's not very long, but I did like it. That's about the most notable stuff to me, honestly. I will say, again, I think that the bass playing on this, the bass is fairly high up in the mix, and honestly, the bass playing really helps this along with a lot of these songs. Really helps it. The dobro playing absolutely helps, and so does the piano. And there's some organ in there by Al Cooper, which is okay. Sometimes it adds, sometimes it's just whatever, but overall, if you're a Dylan fan, you're going to want to get this, of course. I got it for, I think, at first I bought it from Universal on the email that Bob Dylan sends you for, I don't know, with shipping it was like $28, and I was like, and then I saw it on Amazon for $18, with shipping included. So I was just like, can I cancel my order? So I canceled my order with Universal. I went from one evil corporate beast to another evil corporate beast, and I bought the Amazon one for $18, and I feel good about that. And again, it's just another thing to have on the shelf if you're a Bob Dylan fan like I am. I do like it. It could have been pared down probably to 2 CDs, and a lot of people would probably say to 1 CD. But it's interesting, and if you're a Dylan fan, you will enjoy it. You'll definitely enjoy parts of it. And if you're a fan of that era, the self-portrait, 69 or 68 to 70 or 71, New Morning, self-portrait, John Wesley Harding. If you like that stuff, you will like this. My biggest complaint is not the raw production or even the lackluster energy with some tunes or the oddball arrangements or changing up of the tempos and feel of the tunes. It's the biggest problem is the repeating of so many songs on it, so many takes of different songs. But all of that said, it's worth it for a Dylan fan. But if you're not a Dylan fan, steer clear and grab Blood on the Tracks. All right, thanks, folks. Have a good day.